Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we've got something, well, quite special to look at. It's a celebratory tribute, pretty concise, but really packed with detail. It's titled, A Celebration of Veronica Igboanugo's Life and Grace. Specifically one written by Ferich Imagery. It's posted October 12th, celebrating Mrs. Veronica Nwakaego Igboanugo. So our goal here isn't just to, read through the nice words. We want to use this text almost like a map. We're aiming to pull out those specific biographical bits, the cultural details. Basically, the things that really define her and her place in her community. We want to understand why she's being celebrated, what makes her stand out.
Yeah, and what's really striking right from the start is how it frames everything. It doesn't just say she's, a good person. It sets up this big theme. Grace and strength shine through every moment. That's like the core idea. Everything else that follows, the names, the places, the actions, it all seems to feed back into proving that initial claim. It's all about grace and strength.
Okay, so let's unpack that proof then. Starting with the basics, like where she's grounded, her identity. Tributes like this often emphasize origins, don't they? And this one gets specific right away.
Oh, ask vital context. It says she's from Izagu local government area in Enugu state. That's not vague at all. That kind of geographic pinpointing immediately connects her to a specific place, a lineage, a community structure. If you're trying to grasp her status, knowing the LGA, well, it's almost as crucial as her name. It says she belongs, she's rooted, her respect has origin.
Right, it establishes her foundation. And then straight after that, it brings in her husband, Mr. Veronica Igboanugo. And this is where we hit, I think, the first really juicy cultural detail, something that signals deep community connection.
Yes, exactly. Because they don't just give his formal name. They say Mr. Veronica Igboanugo, and then they add this epithet nickname, one.leg. And it also confirms he's respected, a businessman, devoted partner, but including that nickname, one.leg, in a formal tribute.
Yeah.
That's quite something.
Why? What does that tell us? Why put an informal name like that alongside Mr. and respected businessman?
Well, I think it signals real authenticity, deep integration into the community. If a formal piece like this is comfortable using a local nickname, it suggests that identity, that moniker, is fully accepted. It's recognized, even honored publicly. It's not some private joke. It's part of who he is known to be, respected as. It confirms he's deeply embedded in the local scene, known both formally and, informally. It tells you straight up, these aren't just names. They're real people with established, recognized places in their world.
That's a great way to see it.
Yeah.
It validates their standing locally. Real, grounded public figures. The precision is striking, isn't it? Specific place, specific partner, even a specific kind of colorful nickname that confirms his presence.
And if you follow the flow, the geography and the names confirm who they are, which then allows the tribute to move smoothly into what she actually does. Her actions, her role.
Exactly. Which brings us to the fabric of her life. Her role as a mother, a community figure. The text starts with, the expected praise, a loving mother to her beautiful children.
Yeah.
Which is lovely, but fairly standard. But then it gives us a detail that goes beyond that. It's something that seems to really define that grace they mentioned earlier. It offers a glimpse into her character, her open heart.
Yes, this specific point feels like a real centerpiece. It's quite powerful. It makes a point of saying she generously opened her heart to a young girl she lovingly calls her own. Now, that's not just a throwaway line. The tribute chooses to highlight this act of compassion. It elevates it. And the phrasing is important too. Lovingly calls her own. That implies a conscious choice, a real commitment. It's about bringing someone who we assume isn't biological right into the core family circle. It really lifts her compassion beyond just, blood relations.
That is remarkable, I think. Because in so many contexts, official recognition often emphasizes blood ties, legal definitions. So by making such a prominent point about embracing this non-biological daughter, what is the community saying? What values are they highlighting?
I think they're signaling that character, specifically this idea of an accommodating spirit, can actually carry more weight than strict biological ties when defining family. For a public tribute to put this act of, selfless inclusion front and center, it suggests the real measure of a person's grace, their success maybe, is their capacity for generosity, for expanding kinship, that ability to nurture, to accept, perhaps that's seen as the highest form of strength here.
And the tribute seems to say that this character has clear results. It connects her traits, warmth, dignity, kindness, that accommodating spirit to her social standing.
Absolutely. The outcome is spelled out very clearly. She is beloved, not just by her husband, and this is specific by her husband's family, and the entire community. Now, in many communities, the relationship with in-laws, the extended family, is absolutely crucial. So, earning the love and acceptance of both sides, her husband's kin, and the wider community. That's like the ultimate stamp of approval for her accommodating nature.
So her character isn't just an internal thing. It's presented as the driving force behind her social success. The kindness shown to the young girl becomes like the living proof of the grace that earned her this widespread adoration. It ties back perfectly to that opening theme.
It really does. Grace isn't passive here. It's demonstrated through action, through relationships. And that action defines her legacy in this text.
Okay, so pulling all these threads together, what have we learned from this deep dive into just one short tribute? We start with specifics. Origins in Izagu. We identified key relationships, including Mr. Vinicius Edu one.leg Igboanugo. We highlighted specific actions, like the profound kindness towards the young girl she calls her own.
The real takeaway, I think, for you listening is how powerful that specificity is. The tribute doesn't just use vague praise. It builds a clear, rounded picture of someone valued not just for who she is married to or where she comes from, but fundamentally for her character. And importantly, the specific, tangible ways that character showed itself, especially through kindness and building relationships.
So that leads us to a final synthesis then. Based purely on this text, how should we understand Veronica Igboanugo's lasting legacy?
I think her legacy, as presented here, is really a testament to the power of deliberate character in action. She's defined by the quality of her relationships. Devotion to her respected husband, love for her children, yes, but crucially, that compassionate choice to embrace the young girl. The tribute makes it clear that her essence, her grace, and strength is best summed up by that kind and accommodating spirit. And that spirit is what earned her acceptance everywhere. And maybe this leaves us with a question, something for you to think about. Given how much weight this tribute places on Veronica's accommodating spirit, and specifically highlights taking in that young girl, what does that emphasis tell you? What might it suggest about how this community, or perhaps communities like it, prioritize character, and maybe chosen relationships, perhaps even over strict blood ties, when they define what makes a family legacy beautiful and inspiring? It seems to suggest that the capacity for inclusion, for generosity, might be seen as a higher virtue than just lineage. That's certainly something worth mulling over.
That's a really powerful thought about the values embedded here. Thank you for joining us for the deep dive.